Hey, it's Gio. Welcome back. It is day 3 of my e-ink experience, and I've now had this Boox Note Air 3C for 2 days. It's been about 48 hours since I've unwrapped it, unpacked it, unboxed it, started using it, and I did a 24-hour impressions video that you can check out right up here. Past that, I also did an unboxing video of that original device, this Note Air 3C, and you can check that out up here as well. Now, just a quick update from that 24-hour impressions. I did have the battery run all the way down to about 20%, and I then charged it. I plugged it directly into my MacBook Pro, and it took 2 hours to go from 20%, 19 or 20% to 100%. So 2 hours to charge that 80%. That was, that's a long time. It's not a quick charge, that's for sure. It might be better, honestly, if I plugged it into something else. I don't know how well the MacBook will charge it based on some other device. It only came with this USB cable, as you might remember. So I didn't have an extra thing to plug it into the outlet that transfers it to this USB-A connection. So I just plugged it directly into my MacBook through another cable, just a USB-C to USB-C. Now, I'm interested today because I'm actually excited today because I'm going to be opening the Note Air 3 non-color. And you can see I have both of these here. I opened the color one a few days ago, but now I'm interested in seeing what just the black and white version is like, because I think that I'm not going to be needing the color. So this I'm hoping has better battery life. And the one thing I'm concerned about with this one is the resolution. This one is 300 DPI for the black and white, and this one is 227. And that's my main concern. I'm used to a 300 screen because my Kindle Oasis is a 300 screen. This is a 300 screen, and we're going to see if it really then makes that much of a difference. So for now, I'm going to set my 3C aside and pull out the 3. So this is the Note Air 3 non-C version, and we're going to open it up and see what's inside. I'm not the best opener of these things, so you have to bear with me. You may be cringing at how I'm opening this, but this is the most efficient way for me. All right, so let's keep opening here. Get this all the way off. Come on. All right. There's the box. Another cool, nice all black box, which is pretty neat. It still slides out like the Note Air 3C did. And in here we have the Note Air 3. This is, again, just the regular black and white version. No color on this one. And I think this might be the one I end up with. I'm actually excited about it because I started to enjoy the Boox experience. So writing on it, reading on it, everything so far I've actually really enjoyed. So I'm hoping this one works out really well for me. So let's get this top off. There we go. Again, the padded padded inside of the top, which is pretty cool, actually. I like that. It's good thoughts from Boox. And here's the device. It looks very similar to what I have, which you'd expect. Now, what I didn't expect is it kind of looks exactly alike. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to tell the difference between these two if they were sitting side by side, other than this one has color on it. So I'm going to put this aside. Here's the two lock screens side by side. Is there anything external that differentiates this? Okay, so this is the only thing I can see. So this has the 3C on it on the back here next to, I guess that's a serial number, whereas the 3 just has the 3 on it, obviously. All right, so I'm gonna start this up. I can already tell the screen, just the screen as it's off, is a lot brighter than the color screen, even in black and white mode. So not black and white mode, but when I just had the black and white text on right here. Did I do that? No, I didn't do that enough. There we go. Okay, so that's starting up. I'm gonna move these things aside real quick. I'm just gonna keep my pencil in there. I'm assuming it all comes with the same stuff, but actually while it's booting up, let's just make sure. In here, we do have another USB-A to USB 3 cable for charging. That's going to be helpful. And then I don't know what you can call this, the poker to get into the SD card slot so you can expand the memory. And I think in here should be the pencil as well. Are you in here? Can't remember if it was in here or in the other one. Maybe you have to open the other side. Yeah, there it is. Okay, in here is also the pencil. There we go. I'm just going to leave that in there for now. I'm going to use the other one that came with the 3C. So put these aside. And this is also, there's a user guide in here that's pretty useless. It's basically just, hey, here's the button that you use to turn it on, and here it is in Korean as well, and Spanish and French. It's very bare bones. Yeah, so it's like half this page is the English instructions. Doesn't really do much for me, so I'm going to put that back in there. Come on, get in there. Okay. Of course, it all flies out as I put it in. Put that back. I'll put this to the side. All right, here we go. English. Yep, I agree. I also haven't set up my syncing yet, so I'm going to have to do that probably off camera so that I can have a similar experience. I can see the same notes side by side, which would be great. Or I might be able to just, pull up a Kindle book or something like that. So Central Time. Sleep, that's fine for now. And then I do want the bottom gestures. These are fine. I'll turn these on, actually. On and on. And it's a lot faster now that I kind of know what to expect from the 3C. All right, starting your books. All right, one thing I know I can show is I mentioned in my 24-hour review that I found the user guide in the settings. Let me show you where that is. And we can actually view both of these at the same time. But first, I know I'm going to need to put in my Wi-Fi information. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've now connected to my Wi-Fi. So let me show you where the user manual is. If you go to Settings here, and then go to User Manual, it's right there. You have to download it, which is why you have to connect to the Wi-Fi first. So it's downloaded. I'm going to go ahead and go back to that same area on my Boox 3C, or Note Air 3C user manual, so we can kind of see them side by side. So let's tap on both of these. And I'm going to turn up, like this is so much brighter. I don't know what the brightness is. Okay, wow. It is hard, like it's honestly hard to communicate how much brighter this feels. Make sure it's the same temperature here. Yeah, this feels so much brighter than the 3C. I'm going to put both of them at the whitest it can go, because I typically like it pretty blue, pretty white. And that honestly shows off quite a bit the different brightnesses. They have the same kind of processor stuff which you know, and it's mostly the same except for the color versus the non-color. So we're going to see how that communicates to my usage of it. And the other thing I was interested in is how it looks. Okay, so this is the 3 non-color, and it looks fine to me. I don't know if my eyesight's good enough to tell that this is a 227 versus a 300. When I'm trying to read this, it's perfectly fine. The same with the 3C. This is the 3C. I'm going to try to get to where you can see it closer. I don't know if that's focusing or not. But take a look at that. That's the 3C. And this is the 3. I can't honestly really tell a difference, which is the best case scenario in my opinion. Just so we know, it came out of the box with 93% battery. So I'm going to be monitoring this as I use it and take notes on how much it's going down as the day goes on and compare that to the 3C. All right, so that's the unboxing of the 3 versus the 3C. I'm pretty excited about the 3, to be honest, after my experience with the 3C, hoping that the battery life is much better on the 3, and that screen looks so much brighter and easier to read. Actually, before we wrap this up, let's turn these all the way off. And again, this is with some, studio-ish lights around me, so it's not going to be perfect reading. I usually don't read with all these lights, essentially, so it's not going to be an exact comparison. But I'm going to put those right there, and with the front light all the way off, you can see how much brighter the 3 is versus the 3C. I'm hoping that comes across on YouTube on the video here. But from the outside, there's no difference between the external of that. The 3 is actually supposed to be heavier than the 3C, which is another thing I was worried about, but I can't feel the 20 grams. I think it was 20 grams difference. They look exactly the same on the outside, except for that 3 and the 3C. All right, I'll start using this, come back in about 24 hours to give you my updated thoughts.